virgin guys say the same thing. I swear, baby, this never happened to me before. I'll do better next time. I don't know.
Rabbi,
you should listen to Rico. Rico's a white guy. And they tend to be really good about staying out of trouble.
Nigga, you can't deport someone for not breaking the law. That's not how it works. Like, I have a cleaner record than
Please don't scroll. I'm just trying to become a good content creator one day.
Well, let's ask John. John's a Jew. John, would you speak to the police?
Please don't scroll.
If you
No.
hadn't done anything wrong?
No, number one rule is just be polite and respectful, give respect, but do not talk to police. It's just the number one rule of law.
Why not talk to police? I don't get it.
Because you're stupid.
It's you say, with all due respect, I appreciate the police force, but I'm not going to be discussing my business or my day.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't think the police. I don't think you should not talk to police if they come to you and they have a misunderstanding. You explain things to them, and that's it. What's the problem? I don't get it.
Because anything you say is recorded, stupid. So anything you say can be twisted, stupid. Don't talk to police, stupid.
Anything you say can be twisted. You're assuming that he wants to twist it, and you're assuming that he can't twist it.
Oh, that's not an assumption, stupid. That's a fact, stupid.
You got two layers of twisting. You got the police, and then you got the...
So if I have a nigga coming to my place telling me that my name is Benjamin Omar, I shouldn't tell him that, no, I'm not Benjamin Omar. That's what you're telling me.
No, stupid nigger. What you say is, I don't speak with police. You can talk to my lawyer, and I respect you. Have a great day. Thank you, and God bless.
That's what wealthy people do. But that's just wealthy people mentality,
But that's not true. I don't know where you guys come with all this shit from.
It's because we live in America, stupid, and we're Americans, and we've experienced this, and we see it, and we know it, and it's just out there, and thus, that's why you're stupid.
Oh, you're saying if a police guy comes to you and your name is Jamal Abdul Razak, you don't even tell him that, no, you got the wrong guy? You don't even tell him that?
You don't even say, no, you've got the wrong guy. Exactly. Because he might go, oh, so you mean you were this guy, but you changed your name? Is that what you were trying to tell me?
No. I'm sorry. I don't think there's a single police officer that would do that. No. Like, worst case scenario, they can.
You just haven't met the right asshole yet that doesn't like your face.
He just left. I think worst case scenario, he might come back and say, hey, but we saw that this, and that. And then, okay, I will tell him, okay, you know what? I can prove it in other ways if you'd like. It's like, yeah, there's problems.
Yeah. But right now, what the record says, based on your opening your mouth, it says that Omar lived in that building and has now moved out. That's what it says now. That's the official record.
Yeah.
Whether you want it or not, it's a lie.
It seems like that's how it... No, but I told him that that's not the case. But I don't know how he proceeded with that, but I told him that there was never a Benjamin Omar here. I can assure you.
I know, but the record says there was. It's just that he's not there anymore.
Hey, but that record is easily proven to be false if you look into the building's records.
You are, right now, as it stands, based on the record, potentially an accomplice to whatever he did.
No, you have to hire an attorney. Do you understand what I told? I'm the second tenant here. And the first tenant is not Benjamin Omar.
Yeah.
Omar was never here, dude.
And now you have to hire an attorney like $350 an hour to deal with this.
No, I don't. What the fuck are you talking about? You guys are insane, man.
Listen, we're not insane. We're just trying to give you practical legal advice, which is don't talk to police. Let your attorney talk to police, because anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law, stupid.
They never say it can be used in your favor. They don't say that. They say it can be used against you.
Listen, I had a tenant that she got sued.
No, I understand that, because everything is recorded, right? It's on record. Oh, yeah, it can be used against
Rabbi,
you.
the saying is...
How can you use it against me that I'm not the guy you're looking for?
Rabbi, the point is, stupid, that, you see that fish on that wall there? You know how that fish got there? It opened its mouth. You understand, stupid?
That's a good one. Here's the thing. That's a really good one. But here's the thing. Randy, see, you think it's recorded on a body cam. Don't get it twisted here. It's recorded by a human who has decided that what you said can be interpreted as Omar used to live here, but he moved out.
Tell you, there's like a million agencies in this country that can prove to you that I am not Benjamin Omar, dude.
Dude,
I am not
if I told you the people, I've been confused with people. I could tell you stories, you wouldn't even believe me.
Okay, that's fine, but I can prove it by many different channels. What do you want? Who do you want?
Prove it. Prove it.
Who do you want? Do you want my character? Do you want my previous 3 residences? What do you want? Do you want to go to the Jordanian embassy and ask them also who I am? Do you want my driver's license? Do you want my foreign licenses? What about my foreign offshore bank account? What do you want? I'm not Benjamin Omar, dude. My name is not Benjamin Omar. I assure you.
Wait. This is retarded, dude. Do you think that like a credit card scammer is like, oh look, I'm not the guy that I pretended to be?
No, I'm telling you that every single agency that has any record on me will tell you that I'm not Benjamin Omar.
I understand. Just like the credit card scammer, Tyrone Gibson, will tell the cops, look, you can go to any DMV and see that I am Tyrone Gibson, not Chin Ufa, the person that I stole an identity from.
Nigga, do you want
It makes no sense.
Do you want my educational certificates? What do you want?
Robert,
you're missing the point.
You're not understanding it.
Do you want my birth certificate?
But why would someone who's committing credit card fraud not use a fake identification?
Yeah, you impersonated someone. Yes, you are Randy McDickerson, but you impersonated Omar Benjamin.
Who's Benjamin Omar? Who said that there's a credit scam?
Exactly. You see? You don't even know what he's wanted for.
Yeah, I have no clue what he's wanted for, but I just.
So let's say it's identity theft. Why would a guy have evidence of the crime he committed at his house? Of course he'd have evidence showing that he is who he is. He's not Benjamin Omar.
He said, from what I understood, is that Benjamin Omar told them that he's here.
If you were very smart, but this would be very difficult, right, John? You could only talk to the police in the form of questions, where you're asking them questions.
This is so low IQ. Benjamin Omar.
What do you think? It's fucking Clubhouse when you talk to the cops, you fucking idiot?
I don't know if Benjamin Omar did something wrong, because he's the one who told them where he's at.
Exactly. So why talk?
Right. So at my address, I don't believe Benjamin Omar is a real guy. I think it's the bank.
What about if? How about this? Let's run by this. How about if they came with this phony story about Benjamin Omar, just so they could open the door and confirm that you are actually living in that house when they want to off you when you sue the bank for $10 million? What if that was the whole purpose of it, you idiot?
No, there's a million ways that the police already know that I live here.
Maybe they wanted to confirm it. Maybe they wanted to see that they wanted you to open the door so you could see the layout. So you could see if you had any sharp weapons by the door.
Do you understand that as an immigrant, I have like government agents on my ass 24/7 looking into my files and like doing I am probably one of the most screened people in this country.
Sorry to hear that.
Right, so I don't care. Like what? Do you think
I'm not sorry to hear that.
They know where I'm at.
It's just paranoia, stupid. Somebody complained about you on FetLife. Somebody complained about you on FetLife, and this is what that's all about, stupid.
I didn't say it.
Time where Mr. Edmond called the police because there were people in front of his house that were suspicious, and he called the police.
Why are you homeless? Why are you homeless in your pictures?
I thought it would be fun. I don't know. I was bored, and I just created it.
Rico's having too much fun with this.
It's retarded. I just think it's retarded that you got. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's how it's like in the U.S.
What do you think I should do? Rabbi, tell me what I should be doing in my picture, and I'll make it for you. I can be doing anything you want.
You should be blowing.
You should be giving a particular rating.
Yeah, you
This is true, Randy.
You should be on your knees blowing your husband.
Randy, let me tell you something about the United States. It's full of pirates and schemers.
Man, I'm sorry. I don't believe that you shouldn't tell the police officer that he's looking for a different guy than you are. If he thinks you're someone else, I don't believe that you should just not tell him, hey, you got the wrong guy.
Okay.
Respectful, non-confrontational manner. I don't see why that's an issue.
But like you said, you already, by the virtue of being in Canada, have agreed to take it up the ass on a regular basis. But Americans have rights.
Like an immigrant cuck.
As an American or Canadian, I have the right not to talk to him. I don't see why I would do that. I simply told him, sir, you got the wrong guy. My name is not Benjamin Omar. That's it.
Here's me on my knees, guys. Here you go.
You sound like a Benjamin Omar.
No, Benjamin Omar is a nigger.
No, it's Elon Omar's brother.
Oh.
So what do you think of this picture of me on my knees? See, it didn't really put me on my knees. It put me like kneeling. So I guess the next man that I do this for is going to be tall because like.
Amazing.
What kind
The next man? No, you do it to your man you have right now, Danny. Danny, no man's gonna, no second.
Can you do
gonna want you after one.
an AI picture of you squatting from the behind while you look back?
So I'm going to ask AI to make a picture of me looking back at it.
As you squat, that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
No pates.
Danny, do you go to the gym in real life?
Let me ask Zach, because he lives in Portland, Maine. Zach, would you speak to the police if they weren't telling you that you're under arrest or have a warrant?
But that's not what happened. They never.
I wouldn't even have opened the door.
They just flashed the badge. They just flashed the badge in my face and like insisted.
And you cock. That's what they do. That's how they get people. It's like
what you need, Rabbi, you need to get one of those doorbell cameras so that when someone rings it, you can talk to them through a camera.
Correct.
No need to. Yeah,
I have that in my house.
Way to go. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
just talk through the Ring doorbell. Although I will say you can't trust those things because they record you and they have access to you.
That's what happens when you listen to Sean Hannity so much.
Sean Hannity.
Yeah, no one's good.
Sean
Guys, I think at this point, just believe that everything you think they know and everything is just known. There's no such thing as privacy. You know, that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
Danny, why is
Nigga, that's not a issue. I'm literally telling you.
Why are you so sad?
Let them in, even without the warrant.
I know. This is what I got for looking back at it. But I think I look better when I'm sad. It's just like a good look.
My friend Max just talked to Zach and I, and he just sat on a jury trial for like the past couple weeks, and he saw the interrogation videos of the cops talking to the guy that murdered his wife. And during the interrogation, they were saying, "Come on, Tony, we would have murdered our wives. We hate our wives. They do terrible things to ourselves. It's not impossible to murder your wife. We know you did it. Just admit it." He's like, "I did not do it, and you guys are wasting your time interrogating me. You should be out looking for the murderer." And the jury found him guilty.
And you know why? It's because he talked to the police. You just don't talk to them.
Exactly.
You get a lawyer, you say.
Have you never watched that video where the lawyer literally brings in a cop and they both say, "Don't talk to the police," even if you didn't do anything? You've never watched it? It's really good.
It's got millions of views. It's a big video, and that's Rabbi what I was referencing when I was saying you're an idiot.
He literally gives examples of people that were completely innocent and talked to the police and got fucked. And yeah, so
He doesn't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm sorry. Like, you're just telling me you shouldn't talk to them. That's it.
You remember that American woman who that got caught up?
I don't think a police officer wants to hurt me for no reason. I just don't believe it.
No, but Randy, here's the thing.
Wait,
You
Keegan,
realize the people that get it.
Diego, hold on. Don't let Rabbi fuck with your brain, because this is his ESL room. So fuck him. He's an idiot.
Wait. Let me just say something. Right now. Do you realize
This is
the type of
ESL
people
room.
that
He's a
get a job
fucking idiot.
as police is how fucking retarded they are?
That's
They're
fine.
so retarded, dude.
Yeah, that's
They
fine.
can't be trusted. They're literally like almost pure retards.
Yeah, their goal is conviction.
Good luck putting me in prison for being someone I'm not. Like, I can easily prove you wrong, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're gonna fuck with me, they're gonna fuck with me in different ways.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's so easy. I told you a million times. I am one of the most screened people in this country.
You sound like a man.
And yet the police came to your door and didn't know who the fuck you are. Isn't that incredible?
Well, no, they thought they insisted that I'm Benjamin Omar.
Yeah, and if you're screened
He's just a coworker.
do they not know?
No, because what I'm saying is in the future, like the future step, if the police officer is that nefarious, I can easily prove that I'm not fucking Benjamin Omar, dude. Easily. Like in less than 2 minutes, I can come to you with more than like 10 I can come to you with 10 different organizations that would swear that I'm not Benjamin Omar.
Yeah, but the question is it admissible in court?
Of course.
You don't know. You're not a lawyer. You don't know that.
Yeah, I do know that there's a government agency.
Well, now, worst anarchist ever.
There's a million government documents on me proving that who I am.
Yes, but will the jury see it? If they don't see it, you're still fucked. You're still Benjamin Omar.
If I was a jury, I would
That's
make
how
sure.
it works, man. Do you understand the screening immigrants go through? Like, the government has on me much more than they have on the Canadian.
Amazing. Yet somehow they didn't have
Yeah, I love that you think this is like a complaint room, and anybody gives a fuck about what actually happens to you. I mean, I'd be happy to see your ass back in Jordan. I could give two shits what happens to you.
Let's go.
Two shits what happens to you.
Like, I'm not even saying that.
You're going straight back.
They came to my place. That's it. I'm not even complaining. I think it's funny. But they think I'm a black guy called Benjamin Omar.
Shit.
But I do think that it's the bank. I do believe it's the bank that's trying to fuck with me.
Is your smoke alarm tripping?
No, but I'm suing the bank, and I think they're trying to.
I actually had a knock like that one time, and they were they could not tell me who they were looking for, but there were a bunch of them outside the door. I said, "Who are you looking for?" And they said, "Just open the door." I was like, "Yeah, but who are you looking for?" And then they just left. I was like, "Do you have a warrant, or what are you trying to do?" They were in plain clothes too.
Guess how many times I've interacted?
I'm having trouble with this conversation because I'm not a criminal.
Yeah,
I'm not a
exactly.
criminal either.
I think
Nobody's
that it's
criminal.
hard
How
for
can
me
you
to
be a criminal?
understand.
I've never interacted with the police in this type of fashion.
Have you ever interacted with the police, Zach?
Yes, several times.
When
But you're not a criminal.
Neighbors.
Well, I mean, yeah, I called the police several times, and they have helped me.
Okay. Because you're not.
Peruse their services.
Did they help you or did they file a report?
Well, here's what I'm trying to say.
No, they helped me, actually.
Zach, TD Bank called the police and they helped TD Bank go and see Randy's face to make sure he was there.
Bro, there's a friend who sent me a message now saying.
Oh, were they wearing a body cam? Maybe they needed to collect your face.
I mean,
for, like,
maybe if you were like robbing the bank
you know?
or committing some other sort of
Yeah.
fraudulent criminal activity,
I mean-
trying to manipulate or otherwise extort the
Benjamin
bank.
Omar is basically a notorious.
The bank has never called the cops on me. I've gone to the bank a lot of times. I go to the bank every day. Not every day, but I go to the bank sometimes.
That's very Jewish of you if you went every day.
Every day I go to the bank.
Careful.
Jews have money. Jews have money.
We need to be
Shut up,
careful
Randy.
when
What do you-
discussing the banks.
Forget about it. Doesn't matter.
Alright, well.
Damn, Randy, you got, bitch. Bye-bye.
Sounds like you guys are kind of like some degenerate criminals.
It sounds to me like Dickerson and Diego both have the same problem. But Diego, are you getting sentenced? Like, what's going on with your Alvin Bragg situation?
No, dude. I am innocent just like Randy. I just disagree about talking to the cops. I would never talk to the cops. I mean, I have never done anything wrong.
Yeah, okay, but there's a big difference here because they think I'm someone I'm not. That's all it is.
They thought I was someone I'm not. It's happened to me. It's happened to Zach. Look, oh no, Zach called them. Never mind.
My friend was at a park. It was cornered by people because there was a kidnapping, and she fit the description of the nanny that like stole the baby, and like so she was just like at the park, and like all of a sudden these people like cornered her and like everything, but like she didn't do it.
Ain't nobody care, motherfucker.
Listen, one time my friend shat in this girl's locker in junior high, and so the principal calls me into the office and she says, John, we know that you did this. We know that you put excrement in this girl's locker. And I burst out. I burst out laughing, and I said, you think that I would waste my time shitting in somebody's locker? And I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, it wasn't me. You're going to have to keep investigating. And she's like, but then we know that you know who did it. I was like, how do you know that I know who did it? Who would shit in somebody's locker? I was like, I don't know what to tell you, but I got nothing else to tell you. And it turns out it was my Jewish friend Jordan who shat in her locker.
He claimed anti-Semitism, right? He did it to himself.
I did know that it was him because he called me like that afternoon. He's like, you won't believe what we just did. I was like, what did you do? He's like, we took this girl's stuff, put it in a bag, shat in the bag, mixed it all up, and put the shitty stuff back in her locker. I was like, what? You did what? Why would you do that?
Were you like, I can't tell you who it is, but that shit is kosher?
Yeah, I didn't rat him out. I kept my mouth shut. But he got busted a couple days later, so he got suspended from school. I told my dad, I didn't tell him about the shit story, but I said, Dad, will you call me out of school so we can go to the Cubs game? He goes, sure, son. I said, can Jordan come? He said, sure, son. So we brought my friend Jordan, who shat in this girl's locker. We went to the Cubs game when he got suspended.
Birds of a feather.
Were you the mastermind behind it?
No, I wasn't. I would have no desire to shit in somebody's locker, but
did you have the desire to like get the guy to do it and then like? No. This was like an unexpected, disgusting thing that my friend happened to do because he was, having a mental health problem. Probably. Who the fuck knows?
I don't believe in mental health problems.
I'm just saying he was being stupid.
Motherfucker, you believe that when once accused of being someone by the police, you shouldn't even tell them that you're not that someone. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter what you believe.
No, stupid. You say you got
stories of people that have.
You say, officer, I'm very sorry, but you have the wrong person, and I decline to speak with you any further. And I wish you have a great day. Take care. God bless. That's it. And then you close your fucking door. You come back on Clown House, and then you come on here and you complain that the cops are trying to fuck me for something.
Motherfucker, I would rather prove to him I'm not that person so he doesn't come back to me next time. I'm not that guy. This guy has never been here. I can prove that to you. And you can actually, if anything, you should come to the building. I am not Benjamin Omar, nigga.
Helping the cop makes you the worst anarchist ever.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
They can do whatever they want. I don't break the law. I don't care.
Fuck anarchy. That shit is retarded.
Fuck you, fucking faggot.
You're not an attorney.
It's all just pretend, though, Randy.
See, Rabbi, we're not the people here with anxiety over your police problem. That's a you problem. And we don't think you're dealing with it properly because we think you're a fucking moron and you haven't even seen the YouTube video that says, don't talk to police, stupid.
I don't have a police problem. I don't have a problem.
Then what the fuck do you keep going on and on about?
Not this fucking nigga.
I love how much stress and anxiety you have, and you're here you're even raising your levels of stress and anxiety. I love it. I love seeing you in distress. I don't know. Is that a me problem?
I don't know. She's boring. No, you give me fucking not only diarrhea, you give me the sleeps.
That's right.
Shit.
Well, it is very depressing knowing you're going to get fucking deported. I don't know what to tell you. It sucks, but sorry to hear the bad news.
It's 2025. Nobody gets in trouble for anything. You have to really do something bad.
I cannot be deported. I'm at the situation right
Diego, you're going to jail. Have you gone to like a jail consulting service yet to find out how to keep your ass dick free?
Dude, I'm not Omar Benjamin either.
Benjamin Omar.
I mean, when is your sentencing? Because the bullshit we read about Alvin Bragg doesn't say anything about your sentencing. Like, when are you getting sentenced?
Sentencing? What did I do? First, you gotta prove I committed a crime. I'm like,
Listen, just mod me, dummy, and I'll pin the link and explain it.
No, you're not like you're definitely not like
Whoever it is of a link that you're gonna post, I'm just gonna say I'm not that person.
Who would have thought that Bitcoin machines and fucking laundromats?
I'm not that person.
It's kind of funny that you were like doing money. It's amazing that you were doing money laundering in a laundromat. It's genius.
To prove that I'm not that guy.
Nobody cares about your story anymore, Rabbi. We've moved on to Diego. Just shut the fuck up. Who would put a Bitcoin machine in a laundromat to launder money? It's genius, Diego. Genius. I think you're an entrepreneur, but Alvin Bragg is the piece of shit. I'm on your side on this one.
Well, I appreciate that you're on the side of whoever it is you were confusing me with. But I'm not that guy, just like Randy's not Benjamin Omar.
Well, when you disappear from Clown House for 2 years, we'll know that you were that fucking guy.
I'm not Benjamin Omar.
I actually wish such a bad thing on me, man.
But do you think I'm
It's not me that's wishing for that. It's what I've read. If you can't defend what I've read, I don't give a fuck what you got to say.
Man, can you
I've read many things. I've read books written by Joseph Goebbels that say all kinds of things about you.
Can you kick this nigga?
But what-
so we can have a
Kick
conversation?
this thing! Kick it!
Punish him! Silence him! Reject him! Exile him!
I love how like he thinks if he gets the kick, like his dopamine is fulfilled, but it just proves you're a loser and stupid.
Silence him!
Okay, I'll move him down to the audience.
It seems like I am Benjamin Omar, and I'm claiming that I'm not. When in reality,
I know, and I'm not claiming I'm not whoever John's talking about, but
it doesn't
he
matter
doesn't
what John
believe me.
John is in
The cops don't believe you.
Hi, Issa.
Huh?
I'm roasting them.
The cops don't believe you, and John doesn't believe me. So we're in the same position. We're the same.
Randy, let's say for a second that this
Oh,
Benjamin
look,
Omar
it's
is
your-
like a
it's your
false
former
identity
beau,
created by something.
Tomas.
Start using your address, like now, like you're like attached to this.
No, I'm not.
They're all retarded.
I can't even prove that that's that's what I.
Or you would have to spend like a bunch of legal fees. Like
No, I don't. Why do you think I have to
Oh,
spend
Abby
a bunch of
Eva is
legal
here
fees?
too. The whole crew has
well,
arrived.
it could easily turn out that way, where like they like pin you to this.
No, it can't. All I need to do is for free.
It does feel like that.
I can request 1 million documents for free, and that can prove that I'm not that guy. So like, I
Oh,
don't.
that's fine.
A million documents. Could you imagine getting access to 1 million documents to prove you're not that guy? Maybe you just need one fucking document, like your driver's license or your birth certificate.
More than that person.
John thinks that's how it works.
I don't even see. As I told you, it seems like Benjamin Omar told
Alright.
them that he lives here. So he is the one who sent them here. It seems.
Let me ask you a question.
He's fucked.
Suppose
He
that
is
you got
fucked.
your Canadian citizenship, and your Canadian citizenship had a particular name on it. That is not the same as your Jordanian citizenship.
I can do that if I want.
Okay, so then you could be prosecuted under one name, but live
No,
under
no.
another and
No,
act
that's
like nothing happened.
my
Well,
legal.
then you just fly out on your Jordanian
No,
passport.
my legal name is my legal name. No, I can choose a nickname, which is basically what I go by. That can happen, but my legal name is still my legal name. Or unless I change my legal name, and that's like an entire process. Why would I do that? I don't need to do that. I can have a nickname.
That's fine.
Yeah. I don't see. My nickname is gonna be Tomas. But you see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like again, I can get you 1 million documents, like my birth certificate. I can get you 1 million things from Jordan, 1 million things from. I can get you the police document from Lebanon, which I had to get. By the way, the Canadian government has everything on me from Lebanon and Jordan, and from the Lebanese police and the Jordanian police, and from the Jordanian embassy and the driver's license from Jordan, and all of that shit. Like aside from what they have on me here, they have all of that. How do you get, nigga, see, that's the thing. How do you think immigrants get screened? Do you think immigrants don't get screened? Do you think like they just let us in, or like how do you think it goes?
I can tell you they just let it in.
No,
You should find out about how my family came to America.
Dude, we are screened like fuck.
That's not my experience.
That's the Mexicans.
So they know every single place I was at for the past, like ever since I was 18. They know every single thing. Otherwise, they won't let me in. This is part of the immigration process. We're not gonna accept.
Hey, if you're gonna take it up the ass that much, why didn't you just go to America and do it there, where it's the payout at least is more worth it?
I'm not taking it up the ass. I don't mind them knowing these things.
Ah, you like it. Well, you're not a good candidate to be an American. We don't like that kind of stuff here.
Why the fuck would I care if they know which city I used to live in? Why would I care? Like, why would I not want? Why would I want them not to know which country I come from, for example?
Privacy?
Yeah, but okay, but are they invading my privacy? I mean, they're just verifying that I am who I say I am, which is totally understandable. Why would I not show them?
If not, why would I say
What
it?
about a birth certificate? So I'm gonna be a Canadian citizen, but they don't even have my birth certificate. Is that reasonable? Of course not. I'm gonna give them my birth certificate, so that they know I am who I say I am, and my parents are who I claim they are, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the problem?
Yeah. Exactly.
Then basically in your part of
It's
that
like
application,
it's like me, for example, right? You know, I'm a Hispanic. I got a Hispanic name.
you're not a Hispanic. You're
I chose to take on a legal, a fictional name. It's a very common name, and now John thinks I'm some other person. You know?
Yeah, but no one cares what.
Imagine if I chose a Benjamin Omar, then I'd be screwed.
Yeah, but no one cares what John thinks. The police can't go after me if they themselves can prove that I am not the guy that they're looking for. I can even give you a blood sample so that you can know that I am not that guy.
Yeah, I don't trust blood samples, but yeah, I get you.
Regardless, they know who I am.
This is hilarious. I told you Robert Taylor isn't his fucking name.
Benjamin Omar, or it's someone claiming to be him, or someone sent them to this
It was
place
good.
where they
We'll see.
think
I'll
that
see.
he is in
Yeah,
this place.
I mean, I gotta.
I
I did. I was like, I told my friends, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I told her like I can't seem to date because she mentioned Drake in her
They just
profile?
need to assign that to somebody and convict them.
She's like, did you screenshot and send it to your friends?
That's a good point, Rico.
She calls her dog Drizzy because I guess that's like Drake's nickname or
So
something.
maybe they think I am someone who steals bikes. I mean, I don't know. Obviously,
That's exactly what they think.
he black. Right, so then you're gonna have to prove that. Do you want to see my bank? Do you want to see my banking info to see the movement of money?
Dude, I don't have to prove anything. I just have to charge you. And a jury of 12 idiotic Canadian immigrants are going to just find you guilty because they'll believe whatever they tell them.
That's right. That's how it works, though.
It is how it works. I'm telling you, that's how it works. Exactly how the fuck it works.
Randy, I could have.
Randy, I could
have.
That's not how it works. I 100% assure you, you can't try me for being someone I'm not. Like, that's just not how it works.
Randy, I could have a letter of intent from Danny saying she'll eat my asshole, but it doesn't mean
you know what? I'm gonna sue you for being Osama bin Laden. Like, how does that? Like, you think, and the jury will find you guilty? Like, is that what you guys actually believe?
Wait, who just said that?
No, but there's been new evidence that Osama was innocent. There was actually Rico that did 9/11.
Okay, then you guys are
Listen, Diego, I love how you legally changed your name to Robert Taylor. It's fucking genius because I've actually created a fake identity called Robert Taylor because it's such a generic fucking name.
There you go. So you're the guy. You're the guy in that fucking whatever the hell you're talking about.
No, I assure you, I'm not the guy that put Bitcoin machines into a laundromat to launder money.
That's crazy. Why would someone do so? It sounds like a troll, honestly. Why would someone do
pretty
such
smart.
a crazy thing like that?
Honest to God, it sounds like something I would have done.
I mean, if it's a compliment.
But I'm not smart enough. I was actually selling Frito-Lays and sodas, not fucking, cash. It's very smart of you.
That's not smart. That's not smart.
I agree. It's
Frito-Lays,
back-breaking
that's never gonna
work.
make you a buck.
Back-breaking work.
Yes, because a bag of Frito-Lays is about 20 pounds.
I wonder how many cases of diabetes you cause.
I just love.
Does that mean I'm laundering money because I have Bitcoin?
I just love how this.
Exactly. That's exactly what it means.
This is the
It
thing.
feels like someone's stealing money from me. Bitcoin's imploding.
See, this is the greatest thing about the dumbest people on this app, that they actually have major legal problems ahead of them, and thus they're the really dumbest people here. But yet they profess to know everything. It's unbelievable how the stupid people are the ones who are in big trouble, and they claim they're the smartest people here, that they know everything, like Rabbi and
They
Diego.
might even lose their rental property.
What are you talking about? I'm the one suing.
Imagine losing your hair.
No, I am team everyone in this room. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna fix all our problems. He's not gonna lose his rental property. Okay, let's just speak great things and manifest and use the power of the Tanya and the Tao and whatever else you guys do.
Oh, honey.
Oh, that's positive vibrations. Maybe they can remember that when they're both in jail.
Say something like, "I'm the Jew and I'm here to help."
Listen, when I'm watching the sunset, drinking a beer.
I'm a Jew, and I'm here to help.
Listen, when you guys go to jail, you'll both still have cell phones. You'll both be on Clubhouse in jail. It'll be so fucking awesome.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Maybe I'll run into you sometime when you get out of jail at a gas station.
Did you tell the guy the last like 9 months?
Y'all niggas jam?
Yeah, I don't think you get how it works, John. Did you tell Alec Baldwin he was going to jail too?
Listen, I wish well for you, but I saw, your problems, and I just hope things end up well for you. But not for Rabbi. He can go fuck himself.
No problems. You've got the problems. No problems here.
Go ahead and deflect and fucking opine and project. I don't give a fuck. Enjoy your legal problems.
You understand that I'm looking for that trouble. It's not like it's coming to me.
Listen, you dumb fuck. You're a fucking moron, and you got big problems ahead of you.
Oh my God. Why not? Like the worst thing that happens to me is I lose $5,000 because I lose the lawsuit. That's basically it.
$5,000? We're wasting all this fucking time over $5,000? I thought you were a fucking big shot, stupid.
No,
How much do you think John lost over buying all those Doritos?
I want to sue them for $500,000.
There you go. That's 5,000. Wait, that's not, they took $5,000. That's it. They didn't say how about we.
Good
just take a
luck.
percentage?
Good luck convincing a jury in a fucking court, you idiot. You can't even convince a bunch of fucking losers on Clown House that your story is worthwhile.
I have to pay the lawsuit fees, and that's basically it.
Listen, you dumb fuck. You're wasting our time and your time. You're a moron.
You can't punish me for suing you. I have the legal right to.
It's not a bad ROI, Randy, but I would have expected more from you.
I was thinking 1 million, but I think that's too much because they didn't really cost me money. The bank just.
Listen, you're a delusional fucking moron wasting our time talking about nothing. Just go ahead and kick me because I can't stand listening to this stupid shit anymore.
All right. Look.
Just sue him, Randy. Put him out of.
We did it, boys and girls. Another satisfied customer. Another super satisfied customer.
For some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country. Please, you think that if you will speak.
You can't buy houses on the bank account.
Countries, though.
You can go right.
Oh, you're broke. You should get a quadplex.
Well, if they, okay, you know what? Maybe I could. If they pay me $500K, I would be able to do that.
Interest rates are coming down. You might be able to.
What is the next one? A Syncplex?
I don't know. I just want positive cash flow.
Well, that's right.
Good luck.
I'm still getting raped by Bitcoin. Let's see.
So
Positive. You
can pay
can't have a
500K.
positive cash flow if you're invested in Bitcoin, Lou. Don't you know?
they can pay $500K, and I pay $500K, and then the remainder is like what? Say between $300 to $500K.
Oh my God!
I get my tenants to pay that, and I have a positive cash flow. You know.
I've lost $400 the last 2 days of Bitcoin. My
No
God.
conservative's gonna broke.
I'm broke.
No, dude, I lost more than 10K, man. But, you know.
I can have calculate the amount of Bitcoin you have, motherfucker.
I told you I lost more than
you opened your mouth. You took the bait. Just like the fish on the wall. See, the trick here is to never even count how much you got. Then you can never lose.
That's right.
Just keep stacking, gentlemen. And don't choose generic names, or else you'll be confused with other people. Benjamin Omar. I mean, Muhammad would have been worse, but can you imagine being named? Dude, can you imagine getting on the no-fly list? Muhammad, dude. I wonder though, maybe it is the banks, Randy. It's like all about the Benjamins, and they know that your name is something like Omar.
Yeah, what if it's Benjamin and
something?
Benjamin and Omar is BMO, Bank of Montreal.
Oh shit! That's a good one. Don't quit your day job, Randy. It sounds like you're trying to be an attorney now, Randy.
Well, that's my day job.
Randy, are you eating chicken? Because you sound like a nigga right now.
I don't know why you think I'm literally just that's the second time I sue someone, but because they actually, I think I have them.
Yeah, in like 3 months. Second time in 3 months. Oh, all right. It's second time in 3 months.
For it. It's just simply the fact that they.
You just said that trouble doesn't find you. You go looking for it. Did you not just say that?
No, I did not say that. I'm saying that I was able to detect that they're breaking their own commitments. So based on that, I can sue them and make money out of them. So then.
Yeah, I get it. We get it.
Exactly.
But you said you're not in trouble. That you're suing people. So you're going looking for the trouble. It doesn't find you.
Yeah. Yeah. I could have just let it go and not sue them. But why would I do that? I want my money.
It ain't your money, nigga. It's your privacy. Yeah.
Not just my privacy. They're violating the privacy of every single customer. This is. I can turn it into a class action lawsuit. I would rather not, because I want to make more money. If it's a class action lawsuit, I will make less money, and I won't be able to control like how things go. What if people want to settle?
Yeah, and then you won't be able to get your triplets.
Correct. I don't care if the problem is fixed. I can just go to another bank. I'm trying to make money. And I'm documenting everything. When they ask me what I would like, I put just respect your privacy commitments. That's it. I don't want compensation or anything. In court, I will use that against them.
Are we already planning on going to trial here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because then I'm going to ask for financial compensation. Now, it wouldn't make sense to make them just follow their commitments. Okay, but that ship has sailed. Now they need to be punished financially since I came to court because of the ship.
And you think the jury will do this for you?
Yes, because I'm a guy taking on a big bank on my own.
So it was funny. I thought that was hilarious.
Yes, and even the police was laughing at the debate. It was so chill.
Yeah. Oh no.
איפה היא ראתה אותו? יש לה שם תמונה אחרת. כאילו, מכירה אותו מזמן?
It was the leading classes of society. You had to have that accolade in order to be a leader, right? But most people didn't go to college back then. The laborers, they didn't need a degree to go work in a mine or a factory or
Ukraine. I don't know if you guys had that in the U.S.
Yeah, we saw it.
Civilians that were buying things for people in Ukraine. So these things were donated as gifts to the Ukrainian people to go fight.
you can do anything and go to college. Like I always bring up gender studies. That was never a thing in school. Gender studies, gender fluidity. You know, that you can get a degree in that now.
I'm gonna fuck him. Just wait for it.
You're very confident for a person who's never gonna try.
I know for a fact I'm gonna fuck him.
I like the optimism.
Maybe that's why they're sending people to my place.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, dude. What makes more sense for them? $1 million? For your life?
Not $1 million.
Value your life.
I think $1 million is too much. I'm gonna ask for $500,000. Punitive damages. And I'm also using, by the way, because Canadian banks can operate in the US, American banks can't operate in Canada. So part of Trump's negotiation is to allow American banks in Canada. So the last thing we need is corrupt banks that don't respect their own commitments. They need to be punished so that the other banks don't do the same things.
NATO flew a sortie that went from, I want to say,
Not. So put the guns down. Do you agree?
God has given them the right to resist.
God has not given them jack shit. And if they
Hashem
pick
has
the,
given them right to resist.
well, I'm sorry then. If you pick the guns up, then you're going to get our response. The war's not over.
Hashem wants them to resist.
Hashem?
Yasham or Hashem. How do you say it?
Well, it sounds like you want war. If you're going to have guns,
Hashem.
if you have guns, then you don't want peace.
Hashem wants to resist. He wants them to resist against
you
his
want war?
identity.
Okay. If you do that, then we have a war on our hands.
According to international law, they can resist, but you can't come back and attack them back.
Of course you can. It's not one-sided.
No, it's not your land.
Oh,
You're
yeah, it's not our
occupying
land.
their land.
It's definitely not your land.
It's definitely my land.
I'm sorry, it's not. I don't accept
Yes,
your
it is.
claim. Well, then I guess
Yes,
we
it
have.
is.
Then I guess we have a little bit of a disagreement, don't we?
Mary, you asked a question about why is Israel stalling. I think they're stalling because they want the hostages back.
You're asking a Palestinian why Israel is stalling, or you're asking a Jew?
No, Amir asked the question.
To me, yeah.
1 year ago, our demands were ignored. Requests for
שעבר, זה להעיף את כולם מגוש קטיף. אתה מבין?
אני אשאל אותך, אני אגיד לך, אני מבין מה לינדה אומרת.
It was a bunch of Americans who move out there because they have cheap houses, right? $50,000 for an apartment. And like Brad says, you fucked around and don't pay the tax, right? They take that shit from you. You fucked around, you don't renew. But it's not.
My favorite posts are the Instagram posts where there's someone who does this really well, and he goes Instagram versus reality, and he shows the reality. Maybe it's a woman, I don't really know, but they show the reality behind it. So a lot of these places that people are like, you got the girl looking at Paris, and she's got the Eiffel Tower, she's drinking at a cafe, and she's sipping on a coffee while eating French bread, she's like, oh, this is so great. I could just spend the rest of my life here. This is what romance is about. And then he flips over and says, same spot at night, 10 o'clock at night. And it was like, warning, women, do not be out after sunset. Like that's literally the area. It was showing like the laws and stuff, like where police were telling women, please get off the street, especially Americans. They're like, oh, you're American, please get off the street. Like you just don't. Paris itself is a romantic city. It's beautiful. I've been there, took my kids there. It's not the same today. If you want to repatriate, hats off to you. Go have fun. I'm not saying it won't be great for you, but I'm saying the odds are slightly stacked and you're against you. And it takes a really strong personality type to make it work.
Yo, what were you saying, though, Mahoney? You were saying my name multiple times?
Yo, oh, yeah. Trying to say that, there's proof that Trump was on the flight logs, but there's no proof that he went to Little James Island.
You missed the whole inference.
St. James Island.
You missed the whole inference thing we made, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, but it says, there's no one that put him on Little St. James Island, so he hasn't ever been on the island, and there's no proof of that. He's been on the flight, though, the plane, but a bunch of people have, so.
Yeah, well, number one, do you think if someone flies on Epstein's plane repeatedly, it raises the probability of them going to Epstein Island?
It, of course, raises a probability, I'm going to be honest with you, but it doesn't mean that they were raping anybody.
I'm not making necessary inference, right? I'm saying that, like, it's likely the case he went to Epstein's Island, given the evidence on the table. And if you accept that probability,
no testimony. There's multiple.
Why do you need testimony? Why do you need testimony?
Because there's lots of proof that and flight logs and corroborations that from people that he was on the flight, but nobody that ever put him on Little St. James Island.
Look, there's lots of people that were on the line. I know for a fact that Noam Chomsky was on the line, right? I like Noam Chomsky, right? But he probably was engaging in pedophilia, when he went to Epstein's Island. And no one's ever pointed him out, right? It's not like these people are out here, pointing at every individual that was at the parties, right? You have to do investigatory, your work. You have to actually investigate the data and realize what the place is there.
That's why I just want everything.
If you agree with me that, that raises the probability, I think you can at least agree with my argument, saying Trump likely was on Epstein's Island, right? Say anything else. Can you agree to that?
I mean, if he's on the flight, then obviously it raises the probability, but I don't know if he was on there.
But if you say something like it raises the probability, follow me. I'm not trying to be rude, right? If you say it raises the probability, right? Like if I say something like my car went missing, and then I saw someone that was driving in my car, right? The next day, I mean, it's very likely that person was involved in the theft of my car, right? I don't need eyewitness accounts or something. I just need to use basic probability theory and be like, well, it's highly likely that he has my car now if he was involved in the stealing process. And if those inferences are fine, those inferences apply to Trump being on Epstein's Island. Well, if he's flying around on this airplane with Epstein 7 times, right, he's very likely going to and engaging in the same parties as Epstein 4 times. And there's videos of him. No, there were 3 more, I think. I think 7's the overall. Those are the public records, but these ones are the ones that weren't declassified or whatever. There's 3 more instances or something I heard.
Yeah, either way, I mean, there's obviously bigger fish to fry around the world, but this is just something that I was just hoping that we would get released. And, but what worries me is that, they're saying that a bunch of people are scrubbing it in the FBI office from New York. And that's what's happening with the JFK files.
People that shouldn't be scrubbing it are scrubbing it. That's the biggest
issue, yeah. So... Mike only do so much. I just wish you wouldn't.
That's an assumption. I say that presuming that there are people who are likely unqualified to be seeing the information.
Or at least have some type of bipartisan hackery to, kind of cloud up the information, which I think a lot of people are saying is happening right now.
It's just kind of eye-opening. When I was a kid, I thought that was corruption in different countries and stuff. I always thought that was a given. But I never thought I would grow up to realize how much corruption would be happening in our own government. But just the Epstein Island isn't just that. There's so much more. I think the U.S. aid thing was really the biggest eye-opener. I knew that that our government was stealing money and stuff and misappropriating it, but I didn't realize this. And they're finding out this Ukraine thing's a giant money laundering thing, too.
I don't think that's really... I don't think Ukraine's a money laundering thing. I do think that,
dealer may soon become follow the lawmaker when it comes to playing the stock market. Tonight we look at into a lot of security. I don't think you're going to need much security. I think once this deal gets done, it's over. Russia's not going to want to go back, and nobody's going to want to go back. When this deal ends, I really believe this deal is going to be over. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you. You had Mr. Macron and Keir Starmer at the White House this past week, both of whom praised your courage and conviction to lead the pathway towards peace.
Yes.
Part of that involved, though, re-engaging Russia in diplomatic relations, something that previous leaders lacked the conviction to do so. What gave you the moral courage and conviction to step forward and lead that?
Well, I love this guy. Who are you with?
One American News, sir.
Well, that's why I like him. One American News does a great job. I like the question. I think it's a very good question. It's a pathway to peace. It's a pathway to getting something solved. And I feel that as the head of this country, I have an obligation to do that. Plus, we're very much involved. We got involved. It's too bad we got involved because there should have been no involvement because there should have been no war. And there shouldn't have been October 7th. That would have never happened. As you know, Iran was broke. They had no money to give to Hezbollah. They had no money to give to Hamas. They were stone cold broke. And then under Biden, they became rich as hell. They went from no money to $300 billion in a period of 4 years. And they gave a lot of that money away, and you see what happened. And that's a real mess also that we hope to be able to solve. But no, I appreciate your question very much. It's just, I feel I have an obligation to try and do something to stop the death.
If I can answer, sorry, please.
And I do like your clothing, by the way.
Yeah, really?
Even though I think he's a great guy, by the way. I don't know if you two like each other, but you know what? I think
I like this guy.
I think he's dressed beautiful.
So I have more serious things than answer on side questions. I will answer on more serious questions if I can. Yeah. So please, about security guarantees and about ceasefire. We can't just speak about ceasefire and speak and speak. It will not work. Just ceasefire will never work because I'm like a president. I have this experience, and not only me. Ukraine before my presidency, from the 2014, Putin broken 25 times. 25 times he broken his own signature. 25 times he broken ceasefire.
But he never broke to me. He never broke.
No, you were the president. You were the president. You
never broke to me.
In 2016, you've been the president, Mr. President. You've been the president, but he had, of course, not with you, but he had during those periods, he had conversations with our side. And we had Normandy format, the France, Germany, Ukraine, and Russia. And he broken 25 times. That's why we will never accept just ceasefire. It will not work without security guarantees. Security guarantees, maybe President is right about this document and other, but this document is not enough. Strong army is enough because his soldiers afraid, Putin's soldiers afraid of our soldiers when we're strong enough. If we are not strong enough, if we are empty, if our storage is empty, we can't defend our land. Today, he knows that we have all the world knows that we have meeting. Yes, why he's using ballistic? Putin today using ballistic on our hospitals, schools, and etc. Ballistic. So he knows that we are here and that President Trump is really have goodwill to stop this war. And you hear now the president. So why he's using? So he doesn't want to stop. He doesn't want. But I hope that we will do it. Really, we'll do it. Security. When we speak about security guarantees, when the Europeans are ready for contingents, they need USA backstop. If there will not be United States, we will not never have any strong contingents from the Europeans, because they don't want to divide alliance connection between the United States and the main and strongest ally and Europeans. This is crucial. This is important. That's what we want to speak about very much. This is very important. And air defense. So air defense, really, we have big deficit with all the systems, and we need to provide this. We need it very much. Otherwise, Putin will never stop, and will go further and further. He doesn't want. He hates us. It's not about me. He hates Ukrainians. He thinks that we are not a nation. He thinks, and he shared these thoughts, I think maybe with your team also, I don't know. But with all the Europeans, in media, officially and not, he always said that there is no such country, such nation, such language, and such life like Ukrainian. No, he really doesn't respect all the Ukrainians, and he wants to destroy us. And you are right, Mr. President. That's 2%. This document, maybe other documents, it's a very good start, very good, but it will not enough to stop this person.
Should Russia change its military?
Mr. President, under these
Should Russia change its military?
This is rule of the war. This is the rule of the war. During all the centuries, all the history, this is the rule of the war. Who began those pay? This is the rule. Putin began this war. He has to pay all money for innovation. He has to pay. Of course, some Russian assets, what we have in Europe, about 300 billions, we can use them. We can use for innovation and buy military support from the United States also. We can do it, but it's not enough. It's not enough.
I asked this question that you didn't like because I wanted to know if you want to position yourself in the middle between Russia and Ukraine or on the Ukraine side.
No, I'm in the middle. I want to solve this thing. I'm for both. I want to get it solved. And it's wonderful to speak badly about somebody else, but I want to get it solved. If we can solve it, great. If we can't solve it, they're going to have to fight it out, and who knows what's going to happen. But I want to see it get solved.
May I follow up with one more question about U.S. troops in Europe? After Russian invasion of Ukraine, your predecessor sent additional troops to Eastern Europe, including Poland, my country. Are you committed to keeping these troops on the eastern flank of NATO in the future?
I'm very committed to Poland. I think Poland has really stepped up and done a great job for NATO. As you know, they paid more than they had to. They are one of the finest groups of people I've ever known. I'm very committed to Poland.
What about Baltics?
Poland's in a tough neighborhood, you know.
What about the Baltics?
The Baltics, they got a lot of, it's a tough neighborhood too. But we're committed. We're going to be very committed, and we're committed to NATO. But NATO has to step up, and the Europeans have to step up more than they have. And I want to see them equalize because they are in for far less than we're in, and they should be at least equal. You understand that? Why is the United States, we have an ocean in between. Why is the United States in for so much more money and other things as Europe? With that being said, and as you said, they've also been obviously very helpful. But we have put in far more than they have. And I think they should equalize.
What changed between the first time that Secretary Vesta gave President Zelensky the agreement and today for the signing?
We made a deal.
What was the deciding factor?
I'm a business person. We made a deal. That's what changed. I didn't think we were going to make a deal. And we ended up making the deal, so that changed.
Mr. President, how do you envision a trilateral summit with President Zelensky and Putin?
I don't know, but well, they don't like each other, I can tell you that. They do not like each other. This is not a love match, and it's unfortunate. That's why you're in this situation. The United States should not have allowed this to happen, okay? The United States, run by a man that didn't know much, I'm going to be very nice, run by an incompetent person, very incompetent person, should never have allowed this to happen. I've stopped wars. I've stopped many wars. My people will tell you, I stopped wars that nobody ever heard about. I stopped wars before they ever started. You can look at some of, I could give you a lot of nations that would tell you right now they were probably going to war. I could tell you right now there's a nation thinking about going to war on something that nobody in this room has ever even heard about. Two smaller nations, but big, still big. And I think I've stopped it. But this should have never happened.
About sorry, just a second. About any negotiations. First of all, I want really to tell you, and I think that everybody understands that Ukraine, modern Ukrainians, nobody wants to stop this war. But at the future, any negotiations, it's understandable that two sides of the war, not Russia and the United States, because this is not the war between Russia and the United States. This is war of Russia against Ukraine and Ukrainian people. So these two sides will be at the will be at the negotiation table. Then of course United States, like the strongest partner of the Ukraine, and of course Europe. I think Europe is very important. I want to speak about it with the president. Yes, Europe is very important for us because we really defend Europe for today. All Europeans really recognize that we are defending line and they have real life and our people are dying. That's why they helped us. And also it's about the NATO. Yes, between, like the president said, you have big, nice ocean. Yes, between us. But if we will not stay, Russia will go further to Baltics and to Poland, by the way. But first to the Baltics. It's understandable for them because they've been in the USSR. You know, they've been one of the republics of the USSR, and Putin wants to bring them back to his empire. It's a fact. And when he will go there, if we will not stay, you will fight. Your American soldiers, it doesn't matter. Do you have ocean or not? Your soldiers will fight.
Mr. President, would you be willing to visit Ukraine if you gave or Odessa, which is going to be a 30-year Black Sea?
It was my question.
I don't want to talk about Odessa. Let's not talk about Odessa. I want to talk about making a deal, getting peace. We don't have to talk about Odessa. Like a lot of cities have been destroyed. A lot of cities that are not recognizable. There's not a building standing.
No.
And a lot of
you have to come and to look. No. We have very good cities. Yes, a lot of things have been destroyed, but mostly cities alive and people work and children go to school. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes closer to front line, children have to go to underground schools or online, but we live. Ukraine is fighting and Ukraine lives. This is very important. And maybe it's Putin is sharing this information that he destroyed us. He lost 700,000 people, 700,000 soldiers. He lost everything. Yes. So,
Mr. President, more. I mentioned Poland.
Please go ahead.
When did you last speak with President Putin? And what did he say that?
A couple of days ago.
And what did he tell you that gave you the assurance that he wanted peace?
Well, that's what I do. My whole life is deals. I know pretty good. And I've known him for a long time. I've dealt with him for a long time. He had to suffer through the Russia hoax. You know, Russia was a hoax. It was all Biden. It was nothing to do with him. So he had to suffer through that, and he was able to do that. I think that he wants to make a deal, and he'd like to see it end. That's all I do. That's what I do. My whole life, that's what I do is make deals. I'm in the middle of a mess because this is a real mess. It's a very dangerous one. If this doesn't get solved now, it's not going to get solved for a long time. So I hope we're going to get it solved. In the back, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Prime Minister Kitover claims repeatedly that his government believes in free speech and does not engage in censorship. But his country is going to arrest people for memes and thought crimes, and even more worrisome is pressuring American companies to censor Americans on his behalf. How can he be a reliable, trustworthy partner when he says things that are demonstrably false on such an important topic?
Well, we actually spoke to him about that yesterday, and we thought they took it very, very much too far. JD was very strong on it. So was I. So was Marco. And we've been speaking to him about it. Marco, would you like to say something about it?
We have concerns, obviously, with the conduct of those, particularly as it impacts Americans. And there's real concern that American speech, which is online, could fall into the hands of British or any country's jurisdiction. And so this is a point the Vice President made in Munich, and I think it's a very compelling one that what unites us with Europe, as much as anything else, is these shared values, and one of them being free speech. And so if Americans are threatened by it, we're going to need to take action in that regard.
It's actually a very important question.
We spoke about this in detail with the Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, and others at lunch yesterday, and I know that
Secretary of Commerce Lutnick followed up in private meetings last night. This is really important. We believe Americans have the right to speak their mind, even if we in this room disagree with them. They have the right to speak their mind in the public square, which is often online these days. And we're going to defend that right as it pertains to American companies and American citizens vigorously if we have to. I do think that under the president's leadership, we're going to find common ground with our friends in the UK on this question, but it remains to be seen. The principle that will guide us is we believe in free speech in this country and we'll fight for it for American citizens.
Mr. President, is there any other oil and gas component to the deal? Is it all critical?
A little bit. We'll see.
On LNG?
But we're not really looking for that so much. We got a lot. We have more than anybody in the world, by far. So no, we're not talking about it too much, but a little bit. I think it affects also, but for the most part, no.
And sir, is there any agreement from Ukraine to purchase U.S. LNG as part of the deal, or is that on the table at all?
No, we don't need this.
Some of
I
this
just wanted to ask you about it. You just mentioned that you'd spoken to Vladimir Putin a couple of days ago. Just to be clear, that's a new call, not the one that you...
I've spoken to him on numerous occasions.
Okay. How was the latest call? What did you discuss? How did it go?
Are you serious with that question?
No, I am.
It went well. I think we're going to have a deal.
On the minerals deal, Mr. President, some of those minerals are in the east of Ukraine, not far from the front lines and in areas that Russia has occupied. Will you direct President Putin to withdraw his forces from those areas if there's U.S. interest?
Well, we'll take a look at the time. We have a lot of area. It's a very big area we're talking about, so we'll take a look. I'll study that and I'll see.
And who will protect those minerals if they are U.S. interest? Would that be Ukrainian
They'll be
forces?
protected. The agreement will protect them.
US
The agreement, yeah, we're signing an agreement.
President, what if Russia tries to invade or orders Russian aggression in response?
I just told you I don't think that's going to happen. And if that were going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal. If I thought that was going to happen, I wouldn't make a deal.
Some people may wonder why.
They ought to focus on CNN on survival, not asking me these ridiculous questions. Focus on surviving because CNN's got such low ratings. I don't think they're going to survive. Let's go.
Since I already mentioned Poland, that Poland was under Russian control for decades after the Second World War. When I was a kid, I looked at the United States not only as a most powerful country, richest country in the world, the country that has great music, great movies, great muscle cars, but also as a force for good. And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world, and I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred, and I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm in line with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I can be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. One more question.
I will respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, parts of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact
2015.
2014.
2014.
Yeah. So he
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
yes, but during 2014 till 2022, you know, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversations, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broke the ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you see what problems we have?
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems with bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what
you're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and it happens to be right about
from the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, you said thank you. You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I answer?
No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone. We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment. And you met our brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin.
If you didn't have our military president, $350 billion, we gave you military equipment, and you met our brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is 2 weeks. Of course he has.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again, just say thank you.
I said a lot of times,
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out of the American media when you're wrong.
in 3 days. This is something
maybe less.
In 2 weeks. Of course he has.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again, just say thank you.
I said a lot of times,
accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out of the American media.
In 2 weeks. Of course he has.
You're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people have died. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running. Soldiers, it would be a damn good thing. Then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you say, damn good thing. Want a ceasefire?
I said to you,
I want a ceasefire
guarantees.
because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
Doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what
That wasn't with me.
It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your-
with
this is your
Obama.
president. It was your-
I want a ceasefire. Excuse me, that was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets. Because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks?
Russia breaks the ceasefire.
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony.
This is fucking amazing.
Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden. Joe.
Throbbing, we're listening to this Trump roast of Zelensky. It's fucking mind-blowing. This is like the biggest Trump moment I've ever seen, because this is like a clubhouse room with Zelensky, and Zelensky's this annoying bitch. 6, 8. Here we go. Listen to this.
Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused. Bathroom. It came out. Of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if he can make a deal. The problem is, all I can say. I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. I've empowered you to be a tough guy. have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think?
Let's negotiate.
This is going to be great television, I will say. Once we sign that deal. We'll see what we can do about this. We'll see. I don't It's a very big area we're talking about. So we'll take a look. I'll study that and I'll see.
And who would protect those minerals if they are U.S. interests? Would that be Ukrainian
They'll be
forces?
protected. The agreement will protect it.
U.S.
The agreement, yeah, we're signing an agreement.
Right, what if Russia tries to invade or there's Russian aggression in those spots?
I just told you, I don't think that's going to happen. And if that was going to happen, I'll say.